So a lot of people have asked me about what really went down when we were at Vista Hospital with the Janoskians. I mean what I said in the video when I say that Vista Hospital is one of the most haunted places in Los Angeles. And within a couple of weeks from right now, as I'm recording this, it will be closed down to paranormal investigations forever. Amazingly to me, they're turning that into a retirement community. And I really couldn't imagine putting somebody up to live out the twilight of their life at this really scary location. And the psych ward building, which they actually showed the wrong outside image of when we talked about it in the Janoskians video, but the psych ward building is already renovated and being rented out as a retirement community, and that's where some violent paranormal attacks have happened. So again, I'm very surprised at the next chapter in this building's life. But regardless, to be able to get in there one more time was really a big time treat. The premise of the video was going to be the Janoskians get punked. The guys that do all the pranking, they finally get a prank done on them. And this was all put together by Awesomeness TV. It was kind of difficult to go along with at first for me and for us, for LA Hauntings, because we pride ourselves on getting to the facts behind the ghost stories and not sensationalizing anything. But you know, once they were able to kind of sell it, that's going to be how this video runs, is we'll see the behind the scenes, putting it together, trying to prank the prankers. It seemed fun because we would still do a very serious paranormal investigation at a very haunted location, and hopefully we do get real results. And then at the end, there's just going to be a bit of a grand finale to send the guys running out of the building. And that really is how it went down. Unfortunately, when all was said and done, they didn't release that video. So what really went down? We started off the night going to the 3rd floor, which was just one of the main general patient portions of the building. There were patient beds set up, patient rooms all along these long hallways. And I was really hoping to isolate the guys, each one in a separate room, let them sit there, settle in, get used to the environment, try to make contact. It would have been a really creepy thing, however, they don't take direction very well. So we didn't really get much. Eventually we went into the main hallway and I asked a couple of questions just into the air. Didn't really get any responses until I said, if anybody's here and they want us to go, please make a sound and we will honor that and we will go. And almost immediately there was a sound. Don't know what it was, if it was an object moving, if it was a knock on the wall, but there was a sound coming from the patient room right behind me. All the guys heard it. We see parts of their reaction in the video that went online. We kind of went into that room and looked around a bit, but we did actually vacate after that. I think that started to get the guys into the idea that, okay, maybe we are actually going to go look for something and maybe we will find something. So after there, we went up to the attic, the 7th floor. You don't really hear much about the attic of this building, but I thought it would be interesting to take a look. And what was really strange was we started to do a spirit box session. I set up my full spectrum video camera and hit record just to let it roll unmanned. I had it focused on the group. One interesting thing that came up was I asked, can you name somebody that's in our group? And the name Daniel came across this, and that is one of the guys. So I think that creeped him out a little bit. People started to get a little bit on edge at this point. Not everybody, but some of them really were taken aback by that. There was a big group of people. A paranormal investigation, usually I would cap it at 4 or 5 people. I like to keep the group sizes small. You have 5 guys and then their entourage, their managers, some parents were there. There's a ton of people, so it was really hard. I bet we missed a lot of stuff. Definitely a lot got filtered out by the fact that there's so much noise going on within the group. When I went to go collect the full spectrum video camera, I noticed that it had paused itself. It stopped recording. I was really excited to see. Maybe I would see some sort of an orb flying up to the camera before it paused itself. So able to come back home now and look at that footage, I was really excited. And I found out that nothing recorded when we went into the attic. Even the first 3.5 minutes of us doing that spirit box session, nothing's recorded. More interestingly, when we are first approaching the attic and walking into it, the camera does record, it's rolling, but there's no sound. Jump after, and I'm recording as we're going down the staircase. It's all black for a while, and then digitally you can see pieces start to come back, and then it kicks into full gear again by around the 5th floor. So whatever was going on in that 7th floor attic, it was really strong and would not allow that camera to record at all until we got almost 2 floors away from it. Again, I don't know what that means, I don't know what that is, but it's not something this camera has ever done before or since. But really unusual, very cool, very noteworthy. We spent a lot of time in the chapel. I think something noteworthy did happen there. I kind of used that big room to be able to sit there and address everybody, tell them about investigations, how things happen, theories about why they happen, and ways to be aware. And I told them, in addition to looking around and seeing and observing things, that you should also know how you feel. Feeling ill sometimes can be a bit of an indication too. So do speak up if your stomach, usually it's your stomach or a headache, it starts to just appear out of the blue intensely, of course.
I just got a headache. I did too. I just I'm serious as well.
Wow.
I get a headache when I'm really tired. I feel so tired.
Could be coincidence, we don't really know, but that is something to be aware of, and that did stand out to me. For me, what was the coolest part of the night, which was the boiler room. Now, big time, I want to say that part of the story was cut out that you hear me talking about. I talk about there being human remains found in this boiler room, in the incinerator. That is really more urban legend than anything else. That was reported on Paranormal Challenge and maybe even Ghost Adventures. There's no reality behind that. We still went down there with the intent to investigate and see if we found anything, and we used again the spirit box, which is that device that sweeps through radio frequencies and starts to pick up on voices. And we had, a bit of a conversation down there with a female entity. I put the spirit box into the incinerator just because this is this huge metal thing. It's going to block out almost all of the radio interference. Really an ideal place to use that. The fact that we were able to get answers that matched questions we were asking, and it was all in the same female voice for a long amount of time, was very interesting to me. There was also, at one point, I could feel kind of a cold breeze coming out. I still did instruct someone to just start taking pictures around the area, including where we were, and the very first picture she took shows this object that seems to be either moving out of or into the furnace area, the incinerator. Meanwhile, while this is going on, people, including myself, heard people walking on the catwalks.
What's this? What do you mean? Is somebody upstairs? Someone's upstairs.
I think
What is that?
I don't know what that is. Finally, we walked down the hall on the 1st floor into kind of a back reception area, and you see all the really creepy hallway with the plastic hanging from the ceiling, and this is where our staged scare was going to take place. However, before that happened, we used the spirit box and made contact again. And one thing I will say about those Janoskians boys, they had a good ear for that. A lot of people, including for myself, it's hard to hear through all the static and noise and hear voices, but these guys, they picked up on it really quickly, including the moment that probably scared them as much as anything else.
Down, devil.
I heard that.
Oh my god!
I just got goosebumps.
Me too, I just fucking got a rush, bro. I just said devil.
Down, devil.
Hey, I heard devil as well.
Did anyone tell me?
Can you please say that again? Everyone heard devil.
Down, devil. Down, devil.
On the radio play,
Down, devil.
down, then devil.
And then we looked over and there was an upside down crucifix and
Oh,
it was
yeah, I saw that.
666, which means down devil.
So after there, we walk out, and kind of on our way out is when we hear this loud, disembodied scream. That was staged. That was actually Connor Bright, you'll see in some of these other videos.
So this will make Paranormal Activity look like a family movie.
Are we going out or are we doing? Get out, get out. Holy shit. Holy up or down.
That's really the only staged moment. Oh, you'll also see glowing eyes in the video, which obviously we didn't see in person. But yeah, that's about it. It was, again, a fun experience just to be able to get back into Linda Vista. The Janoskians guys, they were just hamming it up at first, but by the end of it, most of them were really actually interested in doing a serious investigation. So it became fun as they figured out how it worked and what you do. And really, it was just a really fun way to spend the day before Halloween. And if you're really interested in the paranormal and investigations, I'll throw some good investigation videos up there that I've done. We recently went to the Hollywood sign, which is over my right shoulder, but probably way too small for you to see, where we look for the ghost of Peg Entwistle, who committed suicide at that location. We go to a haunted beach resort, and I'll throw a couple other ones up at the end. I hope you guys enjoy. As always, I'm trying to build a big paranormal community, so if you have questions or if you have places that you think I should visit, leave a comment below. And really anything else at all, leave a comment below and I'll see you on the next one. However, when I went to go collect, it was at 3 minutes 48 seconds, and fucking shut up!